Good day, neighbors. Thought I'd stop by and say hello. Wish everyone a good new year and keep your spirits up. It's going to be an interesting next 4 years in the political cycle. Will Congress give away all its powers to an orange mass in the Oval Office, surrounded by talking heads? We shall see. So, systems think, systems engineering. What are systems? I guess you'd have to go look it up, find your own definition of what a system is. And how an institution, another word you might want to look up, supports, guides, and drives those systems. There's institutions run by the government, there's institutions run by industry, there's institutions run by politics, run by faith. These are large organizations that interact with society. Yeah, maybe you aren't there, but it's really kind of not about you. When it's all about you, right? So these institutions have to work. I'm very familiar with corporate institutions, especially around processes and procedures, quality of goods and services, how you certify or verify or check that things are being done how they should be done, from methods and methodology developed before the beginning of our calendar, long before. So these institutions, these systems that they provide, support, guide, are important. And somehow we've lost trust in those. And I'm as guilty as everybody else is. Now my thought is they don't do enough. Others' thoughts are these institutions do too much. And that's both government and corporate, government and private, or corporations fighting best practices to drive profits. The healthcare industry is exactly that way, but every industry is that way. Wall Street forces this profit-driven mentality. But the stockholders, the shareholders, the little ones, just plod along with their investments as they are, understanding it's hard to do much about any of this. But these systems, these institutions, these processes, these methodologies we develop and refine and improve over decades, with new books being printed yearly, with new guidance and updates and rules on everything from where your toilet goes when you flush it, to how good the air you breathe is, what the quality of the water you drink is. These are institutional things brought on from institutional learning about the harm of not paying attention does to society. One person getting bird flu isn't a problem. 1,000 people getting bird flu in the same hospital area could be a problem. So you weren't there, we tried to do something about that, set guidelines and rules for it. So I don't know how you rebuild the trust in these institutions. These have been methodically picked on in my lifetime since the 80s when Reagan came into office, with religious tripe behind his presidency, pandering to where money lies, which is a lot to do with religion. The moral majority, the people that drove, that guided, that made Reagan's moral majority never went away. They've been working in the background for decades now to destabilize, demoralize, vilify things that we, institutions that we decided were necessary. Like it or not. Maybe you weren't there, you didn't get to vote on it directly. So, it's tough. And it's going to be tough for the next 4 years to not let heavy industry destroy our environment. Destroy any gains workers have made over centuries, decades, eons, generations in good labor practices, how not to kill people at work, mentally or physically, or just make them dead. A lot of effort's put into not making that happen, not making you dead, but the only reason some people care is because there's rules that could put them in prison or jeopardize their wealth. So yeah, here we are. Same problem. Wall Street is still there. The ethos of Wall Street is still there. It's buying our politicians, our Supreme Courts. And now we have a religious, they're the ones that would call this a war on Christmas, their ass. All right, peace us out, folks. Don't give up. And may the new year find you better off than the old years.